All right, guys. The Utah Jazz just watched Kyrie Irving drop 48 to win the game. Holy smokes. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd postgame show. Okay, let's talk about it. First, before we get into this, let's just give a shout out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com, use promo code HoopsNerd to sign up. Up to $100, they will match. So sign up today. It's free money. It's on me. Go sign up. Go sign up for Prize Picks. It's easy. It's fun. You'll do it. You'll win. Go do it. Go do it. Supports the channel. I'd appreciate it. All right. Kyrie Irving was the story of this game. Let's dive into this. Holy smokes. So the Nets have been struggling since Kevin Durant went down. He's been out for can I figure this out? Ever. All right. The Nets have been struggling since Kevin Durant went down with injury. And they've been scuffling, but it was just clear that at some point the Nets were going to get some sort of superstar game from Kyrie Irving. Tonight, that was it. Without Kevin Durant, they had Kyrie Irving he was the main focal point of the offense, and he was on. Look at this. 62, 53. He missed 2 free throws, which is kind of wild, but 48 points. He would have had a 50 spot if he did knock down his 2 free throws. It's crazy. Anyways, 48 for Kyrie. I'll be honest. We all know about kind of the stuff that happens with Kyrie, all the different stories and all the different things, but man, when he is on the court and it's just pure basketball, he is one of the most talented players you'll ever see. He is so incredibly talented. So Kyrie Irving just shows why he is that secondary star and why, the thing is watching this Brooklyn Nets team, I kind of started to they might be the favorites, to be honest. Just watching what they do and some of the players that are backing up Kyrie and Kevin Durant, if Kevin Durant is healthy, honestly. But Ben Simmons was a big reason they won this game. I know Jazz fans have a thing with Ben Simmons. He had his triple single tonight, 6, 9, and 5. But you know what? He played great defense on Lauri Markkanen, and he was super physical, taking him out of the game. That back looks like he's healthy, So if they get that defense from Ben Simmons, he won't shoot the ball, but I don't know if you really care if he does or not because he really passes it well. 5 assists and he rebounds, but it's the defense that makes him so good. So when he's defending and he can take out someone like Lauri Markkanen, that's a big deal. He honestly, Lauri Markkanen before this was having 30 plus point per game every night. In the last month or two, he's averaging 30 points per game. Tonight, he scores just 22. He only gets 16 shots, and a lot of that's prevent from Ben Simmons. So he did have 11 rebounds. So Markkanen, even though he had a struggle, look at this. The percentages were incredible, but just the amount of shots is a sign of how well Ben Simmons guarded him. He kept him from getting the ball. The prevent defense was awesome. Nick Claxton's really good. I didn't realize Nick Claxton was this good, but he's really good. Him getting those block shots and leading the league, that is no fluke. He is solid. Claxton tonight, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Look at this, plus 29. That guy is really good. I was surprised. And what's weird is he's not that big. He looks like he's slight of frame, but man, he plays tough. That's the type of guy you want on your team. Holy smokes, he plays well. Royce had a nice night. I think he took 4 threes in the first half, made 3 of them, and then he must have missed the rest. But he was 3 for 8 from 3. It was nice to see Royce back. And Miss Deb, we miss you, Miss Deb. Best parent of a basketball player ever. You could not ask for a more awesome player parent than Miss Deb. She's amazing. I miss Miss Deb. If Miss Deb is watching, shout out to you, Miss Deb. You're amazing. Royce is awesome. What a cool family. We miss you, Royce. And just a big shout out to Miss Deb. But anyways, 13 points for the son of Miss Deb, 6 assists and 5 rebounds. Royce O'Neal just filling the stat sheet. And you know what? He does what he did for the Jazz. I was thinking about it while I was watching. This team has good defenders. They have Ben Simmons. They have Nick Claxton defending the rim, but he's really mobile. I really like Nick Claxton. He's really good. Like, he's really good. I was surprised. So you have a nice, super positive defender, Nick Claxton. Like, Nick Claxton might be all defense, to be honest. Ben Simmons playing all defense tonight, level defense. And then Royce O'Neal. What was so rough for the Jazz before they traded him is, like, everything was dependent on Royce O'Neal. And by himself, he's probably not just one of the most elite one-on-one defenders, but when he's playing within a system with other good defenders like Simmons and Claxton and O'Neal is on that, and then all of a sudden he becomes really positive defender, like really positive. So it's nice to see that Royce O'Neal's found a real home in Brooklyn. It's just really cool. Joe Harris, we know he can shoot the ball. The question with him is always, can he shoot in the playoffs? Because it seems like every time he's in the playoffs, it's not falling. But tonight it was regular season. He took 6 shots. They were all threes, and he made half of them. But 3 assists. Joe Harris shoots the ball. Same with Seth Curry. The 3 wasn't quite falling for him tonight, although we know what he can do shooting the ball. I didn't realize they had TJ Warren. I missed that. But TJ Warren, nice sixth-man type player. We'll see. I don't know. Nets fans, let me know in the comments. Has he been good? Has he been bad? I don't know. But we know he had that one season where he was just amazing before he got injured. And then he was just kind of out. Cam Thomas took the weirdest shot I've ever seen. And we didn't see him afterwards. I think Jacques Vaughn also thought it was a weird and just kind of like not a good shot, and he was gone. So anyways, not much else to say about the Nets, other than that Kyrie Irving, holy cow, that guy is a scoring specialist. He has a talent, and that talent is putting a basketball into a hoop. Although we know about the handle. He's just, I tell you what, say what you will. He is fun to watch. I enjoy watching him. He's just, when it comes to just the craft of basketball, the ability to handle the ball, to shoot, to do all the different ways he scores, I mean, it's incredible. He really is just incredible. And tonight it was on full display. So shout out to Kyrie Irving for being kind of an amazing basketball player. All right, let's talk about the Utah Jazz. Like we mentioned before, Markkanen's scoring wasn't quite as big tonight, 22. So if you did the price picks over, you missed it. Always remember with the price picks, remember the matchup. Remember the matchup. I don't bet unders anymore. Betting unders sucks. It's no fun to bet unders. It really sucks. I bet overs, but the way you get by is who's guarding them. And tonight, Ben Simmons was guarding Markkanen. Royce O'Neal. It's just a bad matchup for wings. It really is. But despite that, Lauri Markkanen goes 8 for 16, 6 for 10 from 3, 22 points, 11 rebounds. Just a solid night. Lauri Markkanen has become an absolute star. He is an all-star player. But we kind of saw the weakness tonight of the Jazz on full display. In a playoff-style atmosphere, you had Lauri Markkanen, who is absolutely a star, and he still put up big numbers. They were putting Ben Simmons, Royce O'Neal, their whole team. I mean, Nick Claxton even at times was guarding him. So you could tell the focus was to take Lauri Markkanen out of the game. And guess what? The Jazz did not really have enough firepower outside of that to get the win. Malik Beasley had a nice night shooting. It's just a standard night, 40% from 3. This is why he's so desirable to so many teams, is he can just knock down threes. Walker Kessler actually got his lunch ate a little bit tonight. Nick Claxton really kind of got the better of Walker Kessler tonight, but Walker Kessler's a rookie. So there's going to be nights where he's going to have some learning experiences. Tonight, he only took 4 shots, only made 1, 6 rebounds, 1 block. Just kind of a tough night for Walker Kessler, but that's okay. He's a rookie. You're not going to be like superstar every single night. Jordan Clarkson had a nice night, at least from the field. 11 for 22. The 3 wasn't quite falling, but 29 points and 5 assists for Jordan Clarkson, who still manages to put up crazy numbers. So he's kind of that. I guess if someone was saying, well, the Jazz have 2 stars, it's Jordan Clarkson and Lauri Markkanen. Well, Clarkson put up numbers. Markkanen did too. There wasn't quite enough from someone else. I guess you could argue Colin Sexton, but you kind of get now down to this point where who's defending for the Jazz? Because the Jazz defense is still not good. Still really bad. In fact, let's just look it up. Oh, the internet's slow. Oh, crud. Oh, we're gonna do this to me. Sorry, we're live. I don't care. I wanna. All right, here we go. So, the Utah Jazz have, and I bet you right now, and I'm gonna go. Here's how you go look at the rank. Whenever anyone says who has the best offense and who has the best defense, this is where they go. You go to team stats on NBA.com. You go to the advanced, and then you go here offensive and defensive rating. This is where they are telling you that. So, if you ever wondered. But anyways, number one offense in the NBA, Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic, who's absolutely. Oh, I didn't realize that they overtook the Celtics earlier in the year. We were hearing about the Celtics and having just this historic offense. Well, look at that. Jokic probably the MVP. I'm not a big Jokic guy, but it's hard to argue. Anyways, Utah still number 4 in the NBA. So you've got Nikola Jokic, MVP Denver Nuggets. The Boston Celtics, who are probably the best team in the NBA. Sacramento Kings, the Beam team, who is just pure, incredible offense. And look, the Jazz are right there. Number 4. Ahead of Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks, you know? Kind of crazy. The Knicks at that. Anyways, number 1 defense in the league, the Memphis Grizzlies with Cleveland at number 2. But let's go to the other end. Utah Jazz, the number 26 defense in the NBA. So the Jazz score, they can't stop anyone. And that's why Kyrie Irving's scoring 48. And this is really the issue with this Jazz team. And it's honestly, it's why the draft is probably the way you need to go, because the hardest thing to get in this league is elite athletic defenders that can score the ball. You know, they really are. I mean, you can usually get elite athletic guys, but can they be can they at least shoot the ball? And not a lot of them out there. But when you find them, they are a big deal. It's why Brooklyn gave Utah a first-round pick for Royce O'Neal. They're hard to get. They're hard to find. So a guy that can knock down threes and defend, you're going to be able to get something on the market for them. The Jazz, I mean, who on the Jazz is really a 3-and-D defender? You know? Like Markkanen, I would say, is an average defender. He tries, but he's not anyone that's going to like lock anyone down hardcore. But I would say he's like average. He tries. He has effort. And, you know, Walker Kessler's a good, awesome rim protector. He's a rookie, so he's still figuring out a lot of things defensively. But he's got a ways to go, but he'll get better every year. Walker Kessler's incredible. But he's a rookie. He's still learning. Malik Beasley, elite shooter. Part of the reason the Jazz have the number 4 offense in the NBA, but I wouldn't call him a lockdown defender. You're not, you know, no one's comparing Malik Beasley to Drew Holiday. Jordan Clarkson, same thing. He put a knee in. I watched that knee, by the way, from Jordan Clarkson into Claxton to Nick. He made Nick Clickety Claxton. I think that might have been because Nick Claxton kind of was getting a little too, in your face, a little too aggressive with the spoken word, okay? And Jordan Clarkson happened to rotate his leg and connect quite, and he clacked him. Nick Claxton was clackety Claxton, if you know what I mean. Clackety Claxton. But anyways, Jordan Clarkson's not a very good defender. He's just not. He's too slight, and he's just not. He just isn't. He's probably a negative defender, to be honest. But awesome offensive player. Why he's 6th man of the year type guy. Mike Conley is probably just too old at this point to be a lockdown defender. He's just average at best, okay? So this is what the problem is with the Jazz, you know? And that's why, you know, if you want to go trade for one of these guys, well, good luck. The Jazz probably need 2 or 3, you know? That's why we get excited about Ochai Agbaji, but, you know, he played 10. He didn't really do anything. Straight zeros. He did get a rebound in 12 minutes. Wow. Look at that. So zeros across the board for Ochai. You're kind of hoping that he can turn into one of those defenders and knock down shots. But really, outside of Ochai, and, you know, Colin Sexton tries, and I love the intensity, but it's just not quite. Colin Sexton's like 6'1". It's just hard to be on the floor. It's just hard to be an elite defender when you're that size. So anyways, that's kind of the issue with this Jazz team. They just don't really have those big, long wings that can defend. And hard to find. So anyways, yeah, Guess is that everything? I don't know. Mike Conley continues to have a good night, except tonight he was actually good night for him. 9 assists, 9 points. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a Clipper in a few days with that rumor. Oh. And Colin Sexton, I love the intensity. And always, the thing that's so interesting about Sexton and why I think they're going to just keep him in this 6-man role forever is he's really efficient. Like, honestly, every night and look at these numbers. We've talked about this multiple times. But tonight, look at this. 58% from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, 17 points. He's not really assisting the ball, but man, is he doing this with efficiency. So if you get 15 to 18 minutes a night from Sexton and he puts up just like that high efficiency, and if that's what he is, then great. But look at this. 40% from 3. Holy smokes. He's almost at his career high, which was that his rookie year? That's crazy. But anyways, 40% from 3, 49% from the field, which is a career high. I mean, this offense from Will Hardy is amazing. It's awesome. It's the number 4 offense in the league still. Despite the Jazz losing games and just being around 500, and I guess it makes sense that they're completely lopsided. The offense is here, the defense is down here. It's unbelievable. Jared Vanderbilt just keeps getting less and less minutes, which makes me think 2 things. Walker Kessler has been getting better and better. And 2, I think they're trying not to get him injured. I think they are just letting people know that. I honestly, here's my prediction. And there's a little bit, I'm not going to say it. I would not be surprised if Jared Vanderbilt is traded. Would not be surprised if Jared Vanderbilt is traded at some point in the next, let's see, February 9th. From now until February 9th, I would not be surprised if Jared Vanderbilt gets traded. We'll see. We'll see. But he is a lot of fun, and if he doesn't get traded, you've got a nice player. 9 points, 9 rebounds. I mean, he led the except for Lauri Markkanen, but in 17 minutes, he had 9 rebounds. That's pretty amazing. Rudy Gay is helping the Jazz get a better draft pick. And Taylor Horton-Tucker also struggled from the field as well as Ochai Agbaji. It was a tough night for the Jazz. I don't know. Did they have too much Wendy's before the game? I don't know. There wasn't a lot of juice with this. So, but maybe it'll come back. Well, guys, I think that's all I got tonight. I'm not going to lie. Today was it's time to get real. Today, if you didn't know, SB Nation, Vox Media, who owns SB Nation, they laid off multiple people who cover the NBA. I was lucky enough not to be laid off by them. As you know, I manage SLC Dunk. I got a message today where they were talking about layoffs, and I looked at mine and I was like, did I just get laid off? I did not. So I'm very grateful and lucky and blessed and happy. This industry is brutal. It's brutal. And, but anyways, it's been a pretty, I wasn't super excited to get on today. It's been a somber day. I wasn't super, it's kind of like you see your friends get laid off, and some of them depend on that health insurance and stuff that cover the NBA. And, I don't know if I should even be talking about this, but it's just brutal. And, some of those guys are really struggling, and I tell you what, like, I'm with a lot of these managers, we talk a lot, and it's kind of a brotherhood. And when you see a few of those guys really struggling, some sites altogether got removed, which was not the NBA, but I think a lot of the soccer sites are gone. But some of the guys that were in the podcast networks are now not doing it anymore, and it sucks. So if you could just send some positive thoughts and prayers or whatever you believe or do to them, that would be great, because it's brutal, and it was a somber day for a lot of us in the blog community. It was kind of brutal. So end on a happy note, right? But anyways, let's see. Let's have fun to end the show, even though honestly it's a brutal day, and I am going on a weekend with play. We're just going super real here. I'm sorry. This is just super live. But I don't believe the Jazz play for a few days. I am going on a vacation with my wife tomorrow, and I need it. I'm not going to lie. After today, look, January 23rd, today is, oh, thank goodness. So, guys, I won't see you the 23rd. That's probably a good thing. I need a break. I'm tired, and today was brutal. I was not really excited to cover the NBA because of that. That was a brutal thing. I know a lot of guys are hurting right now. So that really stinks. But you know what? We'll finish strong. The Utah Jazz just helped their pick. They're now back to 15. They're still not a lottery team. Minnesota continues to win. They're 7-3 in their last 10. So that reminds you that the Jazz have their pick in their control, and it is the most important pick because Minnesota is finding ways to win games. I don't know if they'll keep dropping. Who knows? Rudy actually has been out, and ironically, with Rudy Gobert out, they're winning games. So how brutal has it got to be the Minnesota Timberwolves? You trade all these things. You seek Walker Kessler for the Jazz doing what he's doing, and it's better when Rudy Gobert, the guy you traded for, is not playing. I don't think there is a worse. So, anyways, video ads. I hope. Anyways, let's see. Minnesota is at 14. That's our only shot. Oh, I forgot. I got to pull up. Thank you, Alexander Tufts. I appreciate it. Sorry, not to whine or be a whiner. By the way, I wore my favorite X-Man is Cable. He's also got just the coolest story. Did you know Cable is the son of Scott Summers, who is also known as Cyclops? He's in the future, but he comes back. You know, Cable has his metal arm. If you are all familiar, in X-Men, there's that disease that takes over, and their bodies like genetically change to like metal. And Cable shares the powers of Scott Summers. He has his father's powers. That's why his light blinks. He can shoot if he wants. But he also has the power. I believe Jean Grey is his mom. Or I actually think it's the clone of Jean Grey that was created by Mr. Sinister. After she was dead, Mr. Sinister takes her blood and cloned Jean Grey. And then Scott Summers, I think, falls in love with the clone. And that is the son. That is Cable. I believe that's the story. Anyways, so he has the mind control power of Jean Grey. This is what you're getting tonight. This is what you're getting tonight. Anyways, Cable shares the mental abilities of Jean Grey, as well as the shooting capabilities of Cyclops. But because his body is slowly being taken over by that horrible disease, yes, this is an opportunity to flex. Because he's having the disease take over his body, he has to use the mental powers given to him by Jean Grey. It holds back the disease. So he is constantly using his is it telekinesis? I think it's telepathy or telekinesis, keep his arm from going and his whole body becoming metal. And I don't know if they die or you just become like a metal man. I don't know. But anyways, that's why his arm's metal. So it looks metal, but it's actually a disease. What a bummer, man. What a bummer for Cable. All right, should we do our Tank-a-thon tonight? All right, I hope that's loud enough. Can you guys hear the music? Hopefully you can hear the music. All right, it's number 14, so it's a long shot, but if the lottery was today, here's what would happen. Boom, we don't win. Washington wins the Wembanyama sweepstakes. Holy smokes, congrats to Washington. In the mock draft, number 14 gets you Bryce Sensabaugh. I was listening to Rafael Barlow's podcast today, and they talked about him a lot. He is a flat-out scorer. Look at this, 25.6. He's tops of all these guys. He can flat-out score it. He's shooting like a high percentage from three. This guy might be really good. Small forward, 6'6", 25.6 points. He is putting up numbers. Lights-out shooter. I don't know if he's a good defender. Look at that, 0.8 steals, so I don't know, but that guy, if you end up with him, you're pretty happy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the Jazz. Man, I want Kimberly so freaking bad, dude. I want. Oh my gosh. Keontae George is like Malik Beasley. I don't know why they have him at 7. I would not draft him at 7. I mean, Malik Beasley is nice, but that's who Keontae George is. He's Malik Beasley. So, I don't know. And Nick Smith Jr., oh my gosh, this guy. He's been out with a lot of injury stuff, so we'll see. But man, this guy's smooth, like nice. He's smooth like a Frosty. You know what I mean? I don't know. All right, let's see. Let's give a shout out to our All-Stars tonight. Oh, shoot. I messed it up again. All right, let's give a shout out to our All-Stars. These are the guys and girls that make it happen. The absolute studs all the way. Let's see. Let's start it off with Ezekiel Raicibe, the man from down under. See ya, Lexa Later, at Built for Tough, Alexander Tufts, Jared Chanderbilt, Shan Therick, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de abajo, Baby Elliott Matson, Jordan the Goat Festival, Just Buckets JB, Zap Watts, Total Game Domination, TGD, Christian House, Money to Haas, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, X marks the spot for Zintis, Joshua Hansen, the Danish Destroyer, Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire, Donald Schooley, schooling all of us, DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Patrick Akubo, the Connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. All right, guys, I hope you guys all have a nice few days off. I'm going to go enjoy I'm a few days off, some vacation, much needed. I will talk to you next time.